Hey guys, back with your Apple news, and yesterday we were hit with a deluge of iPhone 12 and 12 Pro unboxings, reviews, hands-on videos, and also this new, just out today, a Chinese blogger or media post of a iPhone 12 teardown video. The entire model torn down. We can see all of the inner workings. So I want to react to this video and also just give you some of my opinions about all of the unboxings and what we know about the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro now that we've seen them in the flesh. It is absolutely incredible. This video is awesome, and props to this guy for doing it, because I'm absolutely certain that Apple do not allow early reviewers to actually do this. So here's my reaction. This is the iPhone 12, not the Pro, just the vanilla iPhone 12. And there are some differences on the inside as well between this and the iPhone 11. And that's what the guy compared it to in the video. To be honest, I prefer the blue of the iPhone 12 Pro and Pro Max compared to the iPhone 12. Anyway, I'll be getting a case for my 12 Pro when it comes, and I know a lot of you guys have been asking about power bricks and also cases and wireless chargers for the iPhone 12 Pro. I'll put some of my recommended ones in the comments. Go through to Amazon, check them out, and you can see what is available for the 12 and 12 Pro right now. Check those out in the description if you want. Obviously, coming to this unboxing, yeah, no charger in the box. We know that now anyway, but what's hilarious about what this guy says, and I speak Chinese, read Chinese, I lived in China for 5 years, so I can read the subtitles here, and he's actually making a joke about turning the phone on and actually connecting it to Wi-Fi. So right now, iPhone units actually have an embargo in China, and you can't turn them on and connect them. Apple will obviously know if you do. So if that happens in China, there's actually a fine of 200,000 RMB, which is about 30,000 US dollars. So he's making a joke. Should he actually connect it? He doesn't. And then he just says, let's just go and tear this thing down. He then goes on to compare the screens of the iPhone 12 and 11. The iPhone 12 compared to the 11 Pro will be more or less the same, but the difference between the 12 and the 11 specifically is that the iPhone 11 had an LCD display, this one has an OLED display. So you can actually make out on screen that the iPhone 12 display with that different technology is thinner. It's also lighter as well. It's more expensive as well, but you can definitely see the difference, and that just enables Apple to basically make a thinner phone all around and thinner bezels as well. So that's the biggest difference between the 11 and the 12. He also tears down and takes out the camera units of the iPhone 12, compares it to that of the iPhone 11. And the camera sensors are the same between them, but there's a difference in the main camera of the iPhone 12. It has a faster aperture on the lens. The iPhone 11 has an f1.8 aperture, and then it's a 1.6 on the iPhone 12. The faster the aperture, the more light you can let in, and in photography, usually the more light you have, the better. Other than that though, you can see actually the ribbon design is changed between them, and it looks like Apple have just switched the camera lenses. So it used to be the main camera on the top, at least it looks that way, the bigger unit on the top and then the smaller one on the bottom. That looks to be just completely reversed now. So now we have the bigger unit on the bottom and the smaller unit on the top. They do use exactly the same image sensor underneath, but obviously the reason why one of the units is bigger than the other is because of optical image stabilization. We know the main image sensor does have it, the ultra wide doesn't. So that's why one is bigger than the other. You can see Apple for some reason have just swapped them around. There's also some massive differences with the motherboard shape and design. So Apple is still using this double-decker design, so front and back actually has it. But you can see it's way bigger than the iPhone 12. It's also in this L shape as well. I'm actually really impressed with this design, but also I'm more impressed with how Apple have managed to fit all of this same stuff in the iPhone 12 mini, which we know is like a tiny phone. They've got 5G, same everything in there, same cameras as the iPhone 12. So I honestly don't know how they fit all of this in the mini, but it's all in there somehow. When it comes to the iPhone 12, it looks like the speakers are smaller than the iPhone 11 as well. You can see them side by side here. He did a great job of actually comparing these. So yeah, I guess with the addition of 5G and all the antennas taking up space, it looks like Apple have had to make some compromises elsewhere. So the speaker is smaller, and yeah, I guess it's going to be maybe the same quality, but not as loud, or maybe less bassy. I guess we'll have to wait for some more comparisons and to get those retail units in our hands. This also goes for the Taptic Engine as well, which I'm super disappointed in. So the speakers are smaller, the Taptic Engine is smaller. So that's not usually a good thing. I absolutely love the haptic feedback on iPhones. I think it's pretty much the best. But getting a smaller haptic engine is a bit worrying. I really hope that they keep a really good haptic engine, but I guess again, we'll have to wait and see on that one. It has exactly the same Face ID components as the iPhone 11 and previous generations, so absolutely no changes there from Apple. Also, the battery has some really easy pull tabs, so it's not stuck to the chassis, which is a good thing. Quite easily removable if you are having to replace your battery in the future. And we can see confirmed as well the battery size, 2,815 milliamp hours. Apparently the Pro model actually has a slightly smaller battery than the 12, and I suspect that's because it has an extra camera in there, takes up a little bit more space, so they have to make a smaller battery just to fit it in. A few other things are taken out, but what's really interesting for me is the MagSafe arrangement. It's just an absolute thing of beauty, honestly. You have the wireless charging coils, which just look so cool anyway, but this thing is fit into such a tiny space. And it's really high tech, to be honest, including that NFC chip in there, which obviously recognizes MagSafe compatible chargers. But you have a really just low tech, basic bunch of magnets in there, which I also think is really, really cool because you don't have to have the most high tech stuff to make something that just works and is convenient. These are just some run-of-the-mill magnets stuck onto the back, and I think that's really cool. Anyway, this video is really cool. This was posted in China by an account on Weibo called Sheji Weifang Heji. So if you want to go and check them out, I'll try and link them below. But that is my reaction to that video and all of the inner workings of the iPhone 12. If you want to see my camera tests, other reviews of the iPhone 12 Pro, subscribe. That is coming when the retail units are out. Other than that, thank you for watching this one. Thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.